Thank you, and greetings to everyone. My name is Lauri VAARA, and I work in a non-profit organization in Finland called Economy and Youth TAT. In Finnish, it's Talous ja Nuoret TAT, but the direct translation into English is Economy and Youth TAT. And what we have done now over 70 years already is supporting entrepreneurship education and also financial and economical skills in schools. So we do collaboration with schools and also provide a link between schools and companies, and we facilitate collaboration, and we have different kinds of projects concerning to that task. But first, I'm going to tell you one example, because how I remember TET when I was at school. And I lived in Lahti, which is like a middle-sized city in Finland. And when the TET period approached, and I knew that I have a couple of weeks time to find the place where I'm going to go to do the practical work experience period, then I asked my father first, of course, if I could go and work something in his company, and he said, no, that's too easy, go somewhere else. And then I was searching for the local companies next to the schools, and then I just went there, like walked into this shop and asked if they have any possibilities to provide me with this TET place, and usually they had. I think there's like a very supportive like atmosphere in Finland, and the companies are usually quite happy to welcome they know it's important for the youngsters, and they know that applying for the TET job already is a part of the process and very critical when we think of this youth future, and they get their like first experience how to apply for a job. So it's very important that the companies are supportive in that kind of situations. But okay, I will share now my screen. And full screen. This is going to be a quite practical paper, an example how we can use the new digital solutions to promote also like practical work experience periods like we do in Finland. But first, a couple of words about our organizations. Like I said, we have been supporting entrepreneurship education in Finland for a very, very long time already, and we work in very close collaboration with the Confederation of Finnish Industries also, and that's also why we have the possibility to form a link between companies and schools. But we really want to reach all the youngsters in Finland. Of course, you have to remember we are a very small country with something a little bit over 5 million inhabitants. So we reached through our services, I would say 80% of the Finnish younger generations, and also the teachers. So we have various activities. Here you can see the Finnish names, but what we want to provide is a very comprehensive path of entrepreneurial education from elementary school to high school and to vocational schools. But we are not operating in higher education level. So it's like from elementary to high schools. So as a part of our services, we have piloted 1 year ago, and last spring we have like a actual attempt for this virtual TET, and now I'm going to tell you shortly what this is all about. Of course, the first question is, what is virtual TET? So I just click here this a little bit smaller. We wanted to provide the students practical work experience through a digital learning platform. And it mainly means Teams, what we have used so far, but of course it's like a beginning platform that after that the students can go to other software what they're using in their virtual work experience period. And what it gives us the positive possibility to participate students from all over Finland and bring them together, and also introduce multiple industries and companies during the same work experience period. But because usually, like the classic version is that the students go to a specific company and stays there for a week or two, and of course you get a very close view of like one place. But what we can provide with this kind of solutions is a very more comprehensive view to different industries. And like Raimo already said in his presentation, that this TET period is a part of the curriculum of learning here in Finland, and every student have to participate. So, but as we sure can all understand, it was a little bit more tricky during the COVID situation, and that's also like one major reasons why we developed quite fast this kind of digital possibilities to do the practical work experience period. But I think Raimo also mentioned this TET-survey that we did a couple of years ago, and based on the results of that survey, this TET period is very important for the students. So they really think that it helps them to map their own fields of interest and future career opportunities and paths. But the challenge is, like I already said, that usually during TET period you get to know one company, and there are quite big differences what kind of tasks the students are doing at the companies. So if you're just doing some like putting papers in a map the whole week, it's of course different when we compare it to a week where the employees of the company have prepared carefully a specific plan, and with a large variety of different kind of work tasks. So I think that's challenge that we have to, in our TET periods in Finland. There is so much potential, it's important, but also big differences. And this kind of virtual TET gives us like a one solution, how we can like boost the overall pedagogical design and provide a comprehensive view to working life to all students. So what was the actual content of this virtual TET? So we provided the students beforehand with learning materials, and we had some like videos and also like podcast about working life, just like to prepare them for the actual work experience period. But we also did preparations, of course, with the companies, and explained them what is this about and what are the learning aims for that kind of period, and what kind of tasks could be done also in a digital learning platform. So actually, the days were or consists of different kind of presentations about the industry, about the meaning from the perspective of the society, for example, and what are that industries like insights to future competences, but also stories of employees where they describe the typical day, what they had there, and they held virtual company tours with live cameras and so on to provide like a live stream from the office or from the facilities of that company to get also like a very hands-on and practical look to the business operations of that company. But of course, what is, I think, very, very interesting, and I think there's still and always room for creativity when we think of that kind of tasks, what can be done in a digital learning platform together with like many students. And so far we have had tasks for the students related to social media, for example, innovating some social media publications, and also like asking the opinions from a youth points of view to different kind of like products or services, and like also testing new kind of solutions and so on. So I think quite a nice diversity of different kinds of tasks can be also done with a larger group of students in a digital learning environment. So shortly, what we have done so far, like I mentioned, we have had this little pilot one year ago, and it went very well. And then last spring, we had more of a real deal with over 200 8th to 9th graders, and that also included very careful planning with the companies and with the schools, and we facilitated that process. But now actually in 1 month, if I remember correctly, it is time for like our biggest virtual TET so far, with already 5 different industries participating, and almost 4,000 students have already registered to this world biggest virtual TET. So it's going to be very, very interesting. And if you think of the amount of schools that are already interested to participate, it's a very nice number compared to the actual size of Finland and how many schools we have here. So here are some of our collaborators. Like I said, Confederation of Finnish Industries is our main collaborator here, and also the different Finnish industry sectors then comes through that collaboration. So a couple of slides from the students' perspective. What does the virtual TET offer to the students and pupils at the moment? Like already mentioned, the diversity of different fields, company, and work tasks, not just one, but like companies from many different industries. I think that's a very, very like important and added value to this TET period. And of course, the opportunity to do real work assignments, even though we are online, it's a little bit, of course, more challenging, but like I said, we have had the creativity to find very nice work tasks also that can be done online. And the overall, like promoting working life skills, and also help the students to map their own fields of interest and interesting careers, and really gives them different kind of perspectives that helps them to choose their future plan, or at least at a preliminary level. So we collected some feedback, what the students experienced that they learned during this virtual TET period. And as you can see, it's quite diverse, but creativity is here like the number one, and concentration. I think this tells us that many of the tasks included that you had to create something. For example, some kind of post to social media, and you had to like think really carefully through it and then present it to others. And also that kind of like learning outcomes are here like well presented. For example, new ideas, responsibility, curiosity, and also time management and self-directedness. And I think those are very like important working life skills also at the moment. So here are some like vocal feedbacks from the students, and also there is like one student counselor included here, and the overall feedback was very positive that we got from the participants, from the students, and from the teachers, and also from the companies, as you can see within a couple of minutes. So here still a little bit of the feedback. So I think like working online feels quite natural for the students, and I think they really appreciated it in that kind of situation where, because of the corona situation, we didn't have the possibility to meet face to face and doing like work assignments in a like real physical working environment. So we still could provide a very good opportunity still online. So a few slides from the company perspectives. So the virtual TET really offers an opportunity for companies to build a working life with young people and share ideas and perspectives. Because if we think of the working life expectancies or values that the younger generations have, it's a little bit different compared, for example, to my points of view. And this is really important information also for the companies, that they know what the younger generation expect from working life, and what do they value. So also to attract new employees to the companies. But of course, when we are doing collaboration between schools and companies, it's a quite dedicated process, I would say. It's challenging for the teachers and also for the companies, and like working like good practices and models that we have tested that they work are really like priceless. And what we aim to do in TAT is like provide that kind of ready-made practices and collaboration models to schools and companies, because it has to be a win-win situation, so that it's like natural and beneficial from both perspectives. And I think Raimo already mentioned a couple of those things, and here are still a list.
And Lauri, we're coming up to 20 minutes now.
All right. So I will just go through a couple of vocal feedback from the companies. As you can see, they also experience that this is a very, very important operation, and they want to be a part of it. And also, of course, did their best to catch the interest of the students related to their own industry, and gave insights and also summaries of the future competences that are required in that fields. So, thank you.